And now, the 11 o'clock news with generic news reporter.
Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. In the headlines today, a deadly computer virus is making the rounds across the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Russia, Japan, China, Australia, Antarctica, the Moon, and even in the sparsely inhabited regions of Wyoming. According to reports, the virus spreads by people who open an email attachment labeled spying on the NSA 101, or visit a website called www. This website is not infected with a deadly Trojan that will crash your PC and render it useless with a blue screen of death that will never go away, unless you surrender your firstborn children and your gold iPhone to VladimirPutin.com. Reports state that at least 1 billion computers and mobile devices have been infected. Joining me now to discuss the issue is self-professed security expert Microsoft Sam, star of the YouTube series Microsoft Sam Reads Funny Windows Errors, Microsoft Sam Reads Stupid and Weird Signs, and Microsoft Sam Reads Funny English. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
Pleasure to be here, generic news reporter.
Tell me, have you seen any viruses like this one?
Let me see. The virus is from the evil director of the NSA, Sacramento 0044, are the worst. They literally turn your hard drive into blocks of concrete, aka highway cookies. There was also that time I got a virus that flooded my computer with schmexy prawns, but that was actually good for once. As far as I know, there are no viruses infected with schmexy prawns, thank the tacos. Don't get any ideas, bend your noodle.
Sorry, who did you say?
I said there is a deadly virus called unschmexy prawns .B3.000B13 that can infect a user's computer with the most god-awful internet videos in the planet. So bad, you'll need bleach, vodka, scotch, beer, wine, hard liquor, and fluoronemonic acid to destroy the traumatic memories.
Right. Anyway, what do you suggest to our viewers on what they should do in case of infection?
If your computer is infected, you can do any of the following. 1. Throw it out the window to make it go faster. Guaranteed to work. If not, you can always use a chainsaw to
Pardon the interruption, but my producer tells me we have a story hot off the press.
Oh, go ahead.
Breaking news from the White House. The president has announced that the United States will be surrendering to France.
Yay! Now the NSA is toast.
The NSA is not affected by the surrender and will be continuing normal operations.
Goddamn it, son of a bitch, piece of shit, motherfucking asshole, fuck.
In other news, the international community is warning Canada not to get any funny ideas after satellite imagery shows the country's massive polar bear armies amassing at the Yukon-Alaska border.
The following message is transmitted by request of the Redmond Police Department, the Governor's Office of the State of Washington, and the United States government. Mass rioting is occurring in the city of Redmond following an announcement by Microsoft that the infamous computer voice, Microsoft Anna, has been appointed CEO of the software company. The new CEO announced that she would be lobbying Congress to pass legislation to mandate all Windows users to downgrade to Windows Vista, Windows 8, or Windows holy fucking shit. This computer runs as fast as my digestive system after eating Taco Bell. Police are moving to quell the situation, and the President of the United States is mandating all Windows users to take the following actions. Move to Canada.
Turning to financial news, Apple stocks plummeted after revealing the new iPhone 5P, its case made entirely out of highly radioactive plutonium. In political news, the entire city of Washington, D.C. imploded on itself after Congress actually agreed to get something done.
And now, breaking news. And now, assuming we've worked out the glitches, breaking news.
Good evening. We have breaking news out of London. The sewers are overflowing with crumpets and tea. In possibly related news, super sneaky stereotypes played numerous other pranks on people today in central London, including but not limited to dumping Big Macs in front of the US Embassy, dumping an unknown white powder on the Canadian Embassy, and giving out unlimited tacos at the Mexican Embassy. Man, I'd love to be at the Mexican Embassy right now. Well, as long as we keep Sam away.
What did you say?
How did you even get in here?
That's classified information. Now what did you say?
They are giving away tacos at the Mexican Embassy in London.
Tacos!
Fuck. For the first time in world history, we are bringing you the most classified secrets of the National Security Agency. We shall start with the most damaging secret. Intelligence gathered indicates that Microsoft Sam is a massive...
This station is now under the control of the National Security Agency, and all reporters and staff have been sent to the NSA jail for extreme punishment. Consider this a warning. Leak our secrets and you'll pay with your freedom, your rights, and your right to take a dump in a toilet. That's right, you'll have to shit in the urinals. The rules for the toilet only say you can't piss in the urinal like a dog. There's nothing about taking a shit in the urinal. You have been warned.
Wow, worst news channel ever.
We're back. We escaped the NSA jail. And now, breaking news with generic news reporter.
I'm back, bitches.
Okay, we're back for real this time. No glitches, no explosions, no NSA jail. And now, breaking news with generic news reporter.
Good evening, welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I didn't actually escape from the NSA jail, but I paid my way out. I still have one condition I have to abide by, and that is I have to change my name to something funny every broadcast. So, good evening, I'm Braun Muffin. Our top story, the Russian Federation today launched a surprise invasion of France. In Marseille today, T-90 tanks crushed through the streets and rode through the countryside towards Paris. Eyewitnesses report that the tanks moving through the land really were Russian, and France surrendered, as required by law. And of course, all the tacos were stolen from NKRS 200 studios again. Turning to a developing story now, we can confirm that I, Braun Muffin, formerly known as Generic News Reporter, was not eaten by bacon during the NKRS 200 World News. Bacon has been detained by the National Special Government Communications Security Signals Directorate, or NSGCSSB. Our latest reports indicate that Bacon is now being force-fed horse meat left over from the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl party. In the end, England could not stop the vicious onslaught of Irish potatoes. Turning to, breaking news. Breaking news, it appears that this studio is now the property of... Oh god. No.
Welcome to Bacon News Network, hosted by Bacon. Our top story, Bacon.
Goddamn son of a piece of shit, no fucking asshole, fuck.
And now, Bacon News with Bacon. Welcome to Bacon News Network. Our top story, Bacon annexed the Republic of Tacos because tacos refused to become bacon. The mighty Bacon Empire now rules over tacos and all empty bacon tacos must now be bacon. In other news, Bacon.
Before we begin our news, Generic News Reporter seems to have endured a voice change. And now, the 11 o'clock news, with Generic News Reporter.
Good evening, I'm a goddamn Microsoft Sam. That's right, I now occupy the mind and voice of this silly news reporter. Time for the news. Our top story, digital forensic analysts in Canada have discovered a deadly piece of malicious software that has managed to infect casino gaming machines across the United States. Instead of dispensing jackpots, they now dispense worthless pennies. In possibly related news, casinos in Las Vegas are now flooded with millions of dollars worth of pennies. And you wondered, why Canada abolished the fucking things in the first place? Sources have confirmed that Big Rigs is the greatest computer game in history. In other news, Congress met again on Capitol Hill today. They pledged to continue doing nothing.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with generic news reporter.
Good evening. Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. I'm Dusty Cockburn, filling in for generic news reporter who is currently fighting off an army of badgers in central London. Our top story, a cargo plane carrying 500,000 pounds of donuts, crashed in Sedona, a tourist city in northern Arizona. Due to donuts now covering the entire city, residents have agreed to change the name to Sedonuts, Arizona. Turning to weather. Phoenix, Arizona, damn, it's hot. Death Valley, California, holy fuck, it's hot. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Are you fucking kidding me? Snow in April? What the fuckity fuck? Goddamn it, no fair. Why do we have to be stereotypical Canada fuck shit ass cunt whore crap? No word yet from the Prime Minister on reports that the badgers have overrun the city of Manchester. Turning to other news in England, reports out of Southampton, England state that fishermen are filming videos of seafood being caught in the English Channel. When asked for comment, the fishermen said they were filming internet-drawn videos.
Greetings viewers. Unfortunately, the 11 o'clock news studio in London was overrun by an unholy alliance of rabid badgers and Shakespeare impersonators. Together they terrorized our studio. We lost many of our staff, including the heroic generic news reporter who defeated the Shakespeare impersonators by reciting the entirety of Hamlet in the style of hip-hop. Unfortunately, reporter was then eaten by the rabid badgers. For this reason, the 11 o'clock news has relocated to New York City. Thank you for your understanding. And now, the 11 o'clock news with Ethan the Levite Snotbutter.
Good evening, welcome to the 11 o'clock news. I am Ethan the Levite Snotbutter. Stop laughing at my name. Our top story, Swiss troops today accidentally crossed the border into France. What happened next will definitely not surprise you. Despite claims by conspiracy theorists, experts say there is no evidence to indicate that Canada and Scotland are plotting to annex the United States and the United Kingdom before forming a mighty new worldwide empire. In other news, your favorite sports team lost again. Ha. Search and rescue teams are looking for a man who disappeared while hiking in the Mojave Desert. Experts agree the missing man is either dead or alive.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with Ethan the Levite Snotbutter.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I am Ethan the Levite Snotbutter. Yep, I cannot believe it either. Our top story, authorities are at a loss to explain a series of bizarre events around the world. These events include but are not limited to a major earthquake in the middle of Baffin Bay, a volcanic eruption in the middle of Nebraska, and a Super Bowl matchup between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hey, wait, this teleprompter's malfunctioning and spitting out ridiculous headlines. There are no fucking volcanoes in Nebraska. What is this fucking shit? Fuck this teleprompter, we'll do it live. Sources have confirmed that the weather will be so wacky this winter, Canada will enjoy temperatures in the high 40s. Wait, another typo in the teleprompter. Correction, that's high negative 40s. Hey, no worries. Canadians can handle that. Nothing to get worked up about. In other news, we have an update on the rabid badgers in the United Kingdom, the same group that killed our anchor, generic news reporter. The badgers have now overrun London, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle upon Tyne, Southampton, Norwich, Nottingham, Liverpool, Cambridge, and Canterbury. 10 Downing Street is asking all British citizens to use extreme caution during this monumental crisis. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland have sealed their borders and are refusing entry to anyone. If you are currently in the United Kingdom, please send an email to the 11 o'clock news describing the situation. Or, you can send us a selfie and you can have the badger on our...
Due to us losing the New York and London studios to rabid badgers, the 11 o'clock news has moved to Seattle. $10, says rabid badgers, find this place too. And now, for the 11 o'clock news, with LOL.
Good evening and welcome to the 11 o'clock news. I'm LOL. Great name, I know. Anyways, on with the news. Some late breaking news coming out of the UK. It seems that the rabid badger situation that spread to New York City recently, causing the tragic loss of yet another funnily named news reporter, was mysteriously stopped in the UK by seemingly one man. This man, according to eyewitnesses, traveled to the affected cities of the country with a very large firearm in his hand, which he used to play a very loud piece of audio before disappearing. The rabid badgers collapsed and died soon after. Gee, this man totally doesn't sound familiar at all. Activist students today demanded the removal of math courses from American universities. The university responded by refusing to comply with the demands, stating that without geometry, life is pointless. I'm afraid we have some troubling news to report. It appears the rabid badgers have formed a grand coalition with the most dangerous snakes, spiders, and jellyfish of Australia. Good God. Wait, now we're receiving reports they are hijacking military aircraft from military bases in eastern Australia and are flying towards western North America, including the Pacific Northwest.
Oh no! Yes, the rabid badgers have arrived. You owe me $10. LOL.
God damn it. Well folks, that's the news. We better sign off before the badgers eat our faces off. Good night and good.
I swear to fucking God, if we lose another news studio to these goddamn rabid badgers, we're moving off this planet. Oh, we're on the air? Shit, okay, assuming we aren't being attacked by rabid badgers, live from Los Angeles, here is the 11 o'clock news, with News McNewsface.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm News McNewsface. We're continuing to monitor this monumental rabid badger crisis facing the world. The latest reports state that the crisis began in the United Kingdom and has since spread worldwide. The reports state further that despite the British seemingly defeating the badgers in the United Kingdom, a second wave has struck the British Isles and all contact has been lost with the United Kingdom and Ireland. We can confirm that rabid badgers have been detected in Europe, North Africa, Hong Kong, Australia, and the United States. American cities affected include New York City, Boston, Baltimore, Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, Dallas, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Nashville, Salt Lake City, Portland, and Seattle. At this time, the United States government has declared martial law in order for the military to engage and neutralize the threat. We have been assured our Los Angeles studio is under protection, but I swear to fucking God if a rabid badger... In other news, archaeologists in northern Alaska have discovered an ancient village frozen under several feet of ice. Among their discoveries was a tome of jokes written thousands of years ago by the villagers. Unfortunately for the archaeologists, a mysterious law enforcement group dedicated to ensuring ancient jokes are destroyed arrived soon after and seized the tome as evidence of illegal ancient jokes. The United States, Russia, and France will be using nuclear weapons to help the British leave the Earth. On the plus side, no more rabid badgers in the United Kingdom. Anyways, that's the news. Thank you for watching. It appears this studio will not be attacked by rabid badgers. That's a relief. Leave the
Major. Rabid badgers are parachuting into the studio. Los Angeles is under attack.
I knew I spoke too fucking soon. Well folks, I guess I'm about to be eaten alive by rabid badgers. God fucking damn it, why did I have to be a fucking news reporter? Fuck.
Yes, it happened again. Rabid badgers have ransacked our studios in London, New York, Seattle, and Los Angeles. The 11 o'clock news has once again relocated to a safe place. Safe, as we're not being eaten alive by rabid badgers. Live from the moon, here is the 11 o'clock news with P.N.S. Burns.
Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or night. We don't fucking know. We're not on Earth, but on with the news. Doctors who aren't being eaten alive by rabid badgers are warning citizens to be alert for a global outbreak of gonorrhea. People are attempting to repopulate the Earth, and the bacterial infection is spreading rapidly through unprotected sexual intercourse. God, I wish they'd warned me sooner. It feels like I'm pissing flames every time I go to the bathroom. and the cyber attack was swiftly defeated because the NSA built a huge firewall around their servers. Emphasis on the word huge. Now, let's turn to our sister station still on Earth, broadcasting from an undisclosed location.
Greetings, everyone. I am Thunderbirds101. Unfortunately, there was a firmware update error and now I have this crappy computer voice. Anyways, we have an update on the rabid badger situation on Earth. There is speculation that the badgers are being led by a duck. A bitchy duck. A bitch of a duck. Of course we can't confirm this is all speculation at this point.
When the fuck did this become the mainstream media?
We're gonna go to a commercial break, be right back.
Our 5-day weather forecast for the moon calls for a 100% chance of space. Now let's get an update on the rabid badger crisis from Thunderbirds101. T-Bird, how's it looking down there?
It's over.
What do you mean, it's over?
The rabid badgers, they've all been killed.
How did they die? They've been tearing the world apart.
They were all eaten by frogs. Reports state that a train, with no brakes, sped across the United States, unleashing mobs of these frogs everywhere, and they devoured the rabid badgers with ease. The train somehow crossed the ocean and reached Europe, where the badgers were also devoured. This is unbelievable. Stay tuned for more details.
With the rabid badger crisis concluded, it is safe for our news studios on Earth to reopen. Live from London, here is the 11 o'clock news with Mr. Talks Like a Lady.
I do not talk like a lady, you assholes.
Technical difficulties, please stand by. Alright, we're back. Live from London, here is the 11 o'clock news with Sir Big Softwood.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. Our top story, the WannaCry ransomware crisis continues to escalate today with reports the malware is now openly taunting users whose computers have been infected. We have multiple reports from around the world. A female user in Atlanta reports the malware mocked her weight and made her cry so much she flooded the entire city. A male user in Glasgow stated the malware insulted the Scottish people, calling them, quote, apricot-eating, alcohol-guzzling Englishmen, end quote. The user responded by throwing his computer out the window. Finally, a female user in Amsterdam reported the malware said the Dutch make the world's worst cheese. The user responded by pelting her computer with cheese wheels and throwing the machine off a windmill. Fortunately, our news computer systems have been secured from this malware. Turning to a... How fucking dare you bollocks licking malware, I will bloody take a cup of tea and ram it so far up your muppet ass you'll be shitting tea for. We have breaking news out of the United States. A massive 9.6 earthquake has occurred in the San Francisco Bay Area. Damage is reported to be catastrophic, and most of the city has been destroyed. The epicenter was located in the Telegraph Hill neighborhood, and the epicenter was reportedly a household whose computer network had been infected with WannaCry. The homeowner who lives above the epicenter is reportedly a morbidly obese woman whose computer was infected, and we can confirm the malware called her, quote, a human Jabba the Hutt, except even fatter, end quote. The woman threw such a massive temper tantrum it triggered the biggest earthquake in history. Stay tuned to this channel for further updates.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with a clone of generic news reporter.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. I'm clone 4362 of generic news reporter, our heroic news reporter who tragically lost his life to the rabid badgers 2 years ago. Moving on to today's top story, shootings in Chicago continue to plague the city. As part of a comprehensive anti-crime plan, Chicago's police chief plans to distribute rocket launchers to everyone in Chicago. In response to questions, the police chief said, quote, gun crime is out of control, so we have no choice but to blow it away. And besides, a few good explosions and rocket launcher fights in Chicago's streets would actually be an improvement and help create jobs in the demolition and pyrotechnic industries, end quote. Moving on, startling new reports from the FBI reveal a foiled terrorist plot to make Americans eat fruits and vegetables.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with the clone of generic news reporter.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. I'm such a flawless clone of generic news reporter, I may as well be the real thing. Our top story, tensions in the South Pacific are boiling over after Australia destroyed the entire nation of New Zealand. Reports state that Australia's military launched simultaneous invasions of Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch in the early morning hours. New Zealand's military repelled the initial attack, but the Australians retaliated with thousands of angry kangaroos beating every New Zealand resident in sight. When that attack was also repelled, Australia unleashed their most devastating weapon of mass destruction in the form of tens of thousands of Sydney funnel web spiders. At this time, we can confirm New Zealand no longer exists, and it is now a colony of deadly spiders. We reached out to the United Nations Secretary General for comment.
This aggressive invasion is a blatant violation of international relations. Australia's actions will not go unpunished. Make no mistake, the United Nations will use all sternly worded letters at our disposal to condemn Australia's war crimes.
In other news, the Pentagon today confirmed plans to build a fleet of giant space bars to serve as the main fleet of the United States Space Force. The FBI is asking the public to be vigilant after a prison break in Michigan. Several prisoners escaped, but the FBI is concerned about one specific prisoner. This prisoner was serving a life sentence without parole for first-degree murder, armed robbery, terrorism, and uttering threats against those who enjoy eating tacos.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with the clone of generic news reporter.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. Our top story, some bullshit blew up somewhere in the Middle East. We have an exclusive image of the exploding bullshit right here. According to eyewitnesses who saw the bullshit blow up, some bullshit someone left just sitting there right out in the middle of the desert just happened to spontaneously combust. It's not clear what exactly caused the bullshit to blow up, but a severely injured pyromaniac found less than half a mile from the bullshit blast's epicenter said quote, "The bullshit absolutely blew me away." And so today, Mexico was destroyed by hundreds of American nuclear missiles. Unfortunately, this attack irradiated all the tacos in Mexico. President Microsoft Sam is said to be infuriated and is now threatening to destroy Canada, Cuba, Brazil, Britain, France, China, Japan, and the faraway magical kingdom of New Zealand, unless someone gives him tacos. God help us all.
And now, the 11 o'clock news with generic news reporter.
Good evening, thank you for joining us once again. First of all, I would like to welcome you all back to the 11 o'clock news for the first time in 2 years. We were on hiatus because we were fighting a bloody war against those bastards at the 9 o'clock news. Fortunately, our hungry allies at the 7 o'clock news helped us win the war, because 789. Anyways, moving on to our top story. A study commissioned by the South Hamburg Institute of Technology predicts that supply chain problems will continue to plague the global economy into the new year. The supply chain issues are so severe, they are even expected to impact Santa Claus's operations at the North Pole. As a result, children on the naughty list will not receive a lump of coal, but a rabbit badger. In astronomy news, scientists report a probe is circling Uranus. It is hoped that the thick and long probe will penetrate deep within Uranus, thrusting over and over to test the pressure until the probe explodes. Turning to, wait a moment. This just in, the sensor just spontaneously combusted. Scientists have expressed concerns about a drought in Ireland next summer. In response, Ireland has ordered all crops to be watered with Guinness. Moving on, wait. We have a breaking news bulletin. Breaking news. Area News Watcher has not started Christmas shopping yet. Well, why are you still sitting on your stupid fat muppet ass? Get up and start spending some cash. Christmas is all about giving your cash to giant corporations. The giant corporations need more money. Why aren't you thinking about the poor giant